Okay, another big question with Abby asks and Ken answers. Ken, is there such a thing as a bad prophet?
A bad prophet? I think there is. Yeah, there's absolutely bad prophet. So, it's a hard question to answer. So there, obviously, you're in business to make money. So there are times throughout the growth of your business to where you will have your resources are being utilized at 100%, and you have to grow past that level. You have to reduce some of the business that you're currently doing. You have to maybe fire a client so that you can bring on more profitable business. So and I would say that's almost the only time that there's a bad profit. So when profits are low or margins are low and it's preventing you from growing, then that's bad. So you got to figure out how to continue to grow while you're getting rid of the low margin products. You don't want to just stop doing your low margin products unless you're Netflix and you can pull that off, right? But if you find yourself in that position, then you have to do it. But so the short answer is yes, there is. The long answer is it's hard to really define them. I would say the other side of that coin is on bad profits of the kind of business you're doing. So for us in the hosting industry, we have this thing that comes up pretty regularly, right? And sales reps want to take the business because it's a lot of money, but it's really bad for the company long term. So, and that's mass mailers. So if you're a mass emailer, right, then you are constantly looking for new hosting providers, and then what happens is they bring their servers into your data center and they start spamming and they use your IP addresses, and then that makes your IP address dirty. So yes, you made money on the deal, on the small deal, but now you have dirty IPs, and it's going to take a long time to clean those up. And potentially with the other spam blocking companies around the world, they'll start blocking legitimate mail from legitimate clients. So on a regular basis, we have to tell mass mailer clients, no, we don't want your business. I'm sorry, that's not the kind of, because our hosting clients we're kind of a white glove hosting provider, right? So we don't want to take that business. I would also say profits that I really don't like getting, I kind of like it, but I'm always torn, is at the gym, right? We own the Title Boxing Club. So I don't like signing up somebody and I know they're not going to come, okay, right? So whenever and it's a challenge because their endorphins are really high after they take their first complimentary class, and they're like really excited and pumped. So it's kind of easy to sell them. But if they're not going to come and actually use the product, then I don't want them as a client long term, because it gives, oh yeah, I signed up for that, but I never used it and they didn't give my money back. It creates a bad stigma for your company or your business if you do that too much. So, taking on clients that aren't a good fit for you, even though you're going to make a profit, long term, I think is a bad thing, right?
So was there ever a time that a bad profit could potentially be good for, a new business owner, or even somebody in your position where you've, done this for quite a while?
I think there's a lot of things going on when you're starting a company, and you make decisions based on where you're at in your journey and where your company's at in its journey. So I think if you make a decision to take on a client that may be, somewhat questionable, that you made the choice at the time because you probably needed the money, and I can't judge you for that, right? And I think it's more important on how you navigate your way out of that bad situation if it becomes bad, right? So there are a lot of companies in the world that specialize in mass mailing clients. There's a lot of hosting companies that specialize in adult entertainment hosting, right? That's not us, but it's good business for them. Or I'm assuming it's good business for them. I don't know, right? I don't know their religious or standing or their ethical standings at all. So
right.
I can't say if it's good or bad business for them. For me, it doesn't make sense long term because the impact on our corporate clients is just too great to put them through that kind of turmoil. And for the adult content stuff, we donate a lot of hosting to charitable sites and things like that. It's part of our give back policy. So I found it always hard to explain to a client that, oh yeah, another site on the server was bringing the server down, and then find out, oh, church site sitting next to adult site. It just never felt right to me, so we kind of stayed away from it. Right?
It's so interesting to me though how people who start a business, I obviously don't have one, but I think people who go into it think that there is only one way. There is no bad profit. Like it's you make money and that's great, but
right.
As you've demonstrated, there are ways that people can do that, but it's not so good for their business.
Right. So at a gym, say like Tidal, it started out years and years ago at unlimited access for $39 a month. Well, unfortunately, it feels like there's profit there, and there is per user, but it gets to the point to where you can't bring on new members because you're at capacity and you're only charging $39 a month. So you raise it to $39, $49. Now our base price is $129 a month for unlimited access, right? There's still people paying the $39, $49, but we can't sell at that price anymore because we'll sell out and we will be a very small profit. So learning how to, or making the adjustments as you go along, I think is important to remember and appreciate the journey while you're doing that and the learning experience. So I think there will be times that you take on a client and you think that everything's going to be great and it's a good deal, but at the once you learn what they're doing or learn more about them, then it's just not worthwhile, right?
Right. Well, and so is that something that you have to explain to a customer, such as the situation with the gym where you had to raise your amount that they would pay for a membership, and some people are still paying the amount that you originally charged, but the new people coming in probably heard that it was less to begin with.
Yeah, it is a challenge for that, and if you're in a franchise, you just don't have a choice, right? You charge what the franchise or tells you what to do. If you own and operate your own brand, then you can make those decisions based on an individual basis if you choose to. Right.
Okay, well, that was another session of Abby Asks, Ken Answers.
All right, guys, get to work.